Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here, the Latiners Network, ready to go over all the shows, documentaries released on streaming over the past week. Give you your best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be. And of course, at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out next couple weeks so you too can create your very own watch list. Joining us as always is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy. What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
4 days. 4 days.
4 days,
Oh, for
Thursday?
the love of Christ,
Yeah,
dude.
Thursday, sure. We like that because it's one day
Thank
before
you.
Friday. And once it's everybody wins in that scenario. That's right. The World Cup cometh
Finally.
very soon to the United States and Mexico and Canada, if you will, our neighbors to the south and the north. So I'm sure he's very excited. I'll get excited if said team of our choosing does as expected or not expected. I don't know. We'll find out.
Portugal. Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal action, Ronaldo at the ripe age of 40 something, yeah, it's actually a good week for it to start because the next couple weeks aren't. There's not a lot of shows coming out, so that's good. Gives me
For
more
good
chance to
reason.
watch.
For good
Yeah,
reason.
probably because the World Cup is probably yeah. People are staying out of the radar of that one. But that said, there is still things to talk about this week, and we'll talk about next week. Next week. So Chewy, let's get started here. We got on Hulu a new comedy came out, dropping in
Wait, hold on.
episodes.
Just rewind. Just rewind a little bit
Let
because
me rewind
you
it. Let's
didn't
rewind
finish.
it.
Yeah,
Rewind it.
you didn't finish Hacks or Half Man by that
Okay,
last
all
week's
right,
show.
sure,
So
sure, sure,
let's
sure.
get your thoughts.
Hacks was good, solid. I thought it played a little too safe. I thought they would have. I wish they would have continued with what they were setting up. That last episode would have been more interesting to see that come to fruition. But it was fine. It was a good season. I liked it. It's a good show. It was a funny show, and it ended nicely. So I can't complain about that. To be honest with you, Half Man I thought was really good. That was
Yes.
really really good. Um, when that started off okay, and I think by episode three, I think when excuse me, when the kids get older, whatever, to more to adulthood, I think the show took a much better turn. Man, it was really just a complex, character study. These two guys, brothers or whatever you want to call them. I don't know, just this the trauma and this codependency in each other and the things that they do to each other, leading up to what happened at the end of the show. I thought it was really well executed. I really liked that show a lot. Very
Yeah.
good show on HBO. Yeah, highly recommend that one for sure, man.
No, that was a nice surprise where it started out. I was like, okay, I was like a little iffy on it,
Hmm.
but then subsequently, as they developed the characters and the story, and they kept surprising you where the turns it was taking,
Yeah,
right, where the dark path this ultimately led to, right, and you kind of see snippets of it as it progressed because it's told as a flashback, right? It's taking place during his wedding, and then events. Or, he flashes back to his childhood and progressing to that relationship, and then that ending was like, God damn, dude, fuck, not a happy story.
yeah. They kind of allude to they give us half an ending. I think by the fourth, fifth episode, I forget.
There's a yeah, in one of the I think the
Yeah,
fourth.
I
There's
think
a
it's the fourth.
scene at the beginning at the open, right, where there's panic. They're trying to get into the barn, right? They pull out a body covered in obviously the white cloth, which obviously indicates someone is unalived. And then surprisingly, we get to see who it is. And I'm like, oh crap! And then they flash back, and we're like, oh, what
Yeah, and
what
it's yeah,
happened?
and it's even more. Yeah, and listen, it's just happens. The power of addiction. At the end of the day, addicted to not only just not drugs, just addicted to the pain, the anguish, the trauma. They relished in it. At the end of the day, it led to what it led to. This is it's really well executed. Really good show, man. I recommend for sure. Surprised too, because I didn't think it was going to be that good after watching the first
Mm.
couple episodes. I enjoyed it, but I was like, okay, we're going with this, and they went really good places, dark
Oh
places
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, excellent show. Anything else? And I think your friends and neighbors ended. It's an episode run. Um, I think
Transcendent.
it's yeah. As far as it's season two.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I thought a good season
I thought, I mean,
again.
I thought that was, yeah. I mean, that show just keeps getting better, man. I mean, like it just
Yeah,
continues, right? It stays at, and then that ending, where, well, I mean, I don't think it
the
ended
ending
as,
of the ninth episode, what it's set up was interesting.
Yes.
unexpected. Yeah, R.I.P. to we won't say names, so maybe those haven't been cut up with the show yet. But that was a surprise, and I thought it was really well done. And it's set up, like I said, 10th episode for like a Game of Thrones 10th episode. You know, the ninth was that a big event happened, and the 10th was kind
Yeah,
of
and then
wrapping up and
yeah,
setting up, right? Which is fine. I'm okay with that.
and they set
Uh,
up because obviously who we thought wasn't involved in certain events, not sure that they were, or there's someone else kind of pulling the strings, right?
right. Yeah, exactly. So I enjoyed that. It was a good, it's a good show, a really good show on Apple Plus for sure. So, you know, they hit when they hit their shows, they really hit, man. But that said, I think that covers
I think
this.
that covers
Should
it. I
we
think
end
you
things?
were
Okay.
you were a little slacking in your TV viewership of the last couple of
It's
weeks.
HBO. I missed my HBO Sundays actually, but not for too long because HBO Sundays will return in a couple weeks, and we'll get to that towards the
Yes.
end. Towards the end of the
Hell,
show.
hell
Uh,
yeah.
but
Oh.
back to what we're talking about.
All
Yeah.
right.
So this week's releases we had on Hulu comedy, 30-minute comedy. I think 2 or 3 episodes dropping. Not suitable for work. This one here is pretty much a bunch of 20-year-old somethings, you know, trying to establish their lives in the professional world and different angles and stuff like that, and the relationships they have within each other. This is billed as a comedy, and it fails miserably for me, dude. This just show is dog shit. It's really bad. It's not good. It's not funny, man. I get what they're trying to do, but man, it just does not work. I think they play way too safe, and this could be the friends of this generation. Yeah, I don't think so. As his friends from no generation, this is not good. Dog shit. Stay away from it. Chew your thoughts.
No, man, this is I was not laughing. I'm like
That's what I'm saying. That's the biggest part of the show. It should be the
it,
biggest part of the show.
well, it should be right. I mean, I laughed more with Four Seasons, right?
Oh, I laughed
By
more at Half Man,
far.
and that's nowhere near a comedy.
Yeah, yeah, that's not built as a comedy, so that's the sad part.
Yeah, it's oh, man, what a misfire this
I
one
mean,
was.
it's sad to see. I mean, that the one of the actors was was a payback in Maverick, um,
Oh, right, yeah.
and now seeing him do this, I'm like, what? Actually, no, he was also in the
I saw a
basketball
couple things.
show one. He was the coach, the head coach.
Oh, oh man, I forgot his name, but yeah, I
Um,
know. Trying
Turning Point, no, not Turning Point.
no,
Running
no,
Point, yeah, no.
no, was he running? Oh, I wouldn't know because I didn't see the second season. I remember the
Well.
first
I
season.
mean, yeah, the one that's supposed to be about the Lakers, but it's really,
No, I've never seen the first season. I just didn't like the show, so I didn't
yeah, yeah. So
keep
he
up
was
with
a
it. But
coach
yeah,
there, and he was actually funny there. This is
okay.
just not. I mean, qué
Yeah, the
pena.
show, the show's sad.
That's all I can
It's not
say.
good.
Qué
Yeah,
pena, dude.
yeah, and on the opposite spectrum, we got Vox Machina dropping its third season. I forget.
Fourth season,
Prime,
yes, season 4.
very adult animated show, fantasy realm, kind of Dungeons and Dragons ish kind of style show. Fantasy, magic, dragons, all the good shit. So listen, we've been big fans of the first few seasons of this. This dropped 3 episodes. Nothing's changed for me. This show's great. It's just really good. It's really well done. I like where we've gone so far. It's still fun. We're missing one character. I'm itching to get back. Where is he at? The little guy. What is that? What's his name?
Oh, the
Uh,
singer. Yeah, I know you're talking about
yeah,
that.
he's a little extras. I know that's got to be coming
I
soon.
know
I was
3 episodes. Like,
disappointed.
yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
Where is
so
he,
I'm
man?
surprised. I hope he does show up here. Otherwise, I'll be very disappointed.
I'm sure
But
he didn't die or anything last
no,
season,
no,
so
exactly. No, he's
um,
around. And I
I'm
think they do.
expecting him.
Yeah, they do allude to him a little bit in one of the action scenes. But listen, look, well done. We enjoyed this show. There's no reason not to keep on watching it. This is a show. I guess this is one I say we'll go back and watch if those of you haven't done so. At least for me, anyway. But yeah, Chewy, I assume you feel the same way here.
No, no, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if I get a Dungeons and Dragons feel. When I think Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah, no, just
I
in terms of the genre, anyway, right? In
yeah, but I
terms of
mean,
yeah,
this reminds me more. What was the video game with the warrior, the wizard, the elf?
like Gauntlet.
Gone. Yeah, this reminds me more about as far as like kind of the mishmash of the team, right? I mean, you literally have different an elf,
Sure.
some humans,
The
the
Warrior,
warrior, the science guy. I mean,
Dungeons and Dragons, and it's the same thing.
well, whatever, dude. I
Whatever.
mean,
Either
Dungeons
way.
and Dragons. I think the game board playing, the
Well, I was talking,
situations,
yeah, I
like
was talking about just the characters themselves, the
yeah.
magic and the dragons. It's just it's what Dungeons and Dragons is and whatever. But either way, but yeah, I mean this has been a home run for them from the beginning,
Yeah,
as far as I'm
absolutely.
concerned. So I'm looking forward to finishing up again. Three episodes dropping so far. Witness new 3-part series on
Yep, limited
Netflix.
series.
I mean, the series a true story. Back is back in 1992. This murder of a young woman, and right in front of her child was actually there when the mother was murdered. Now the child, about 3 years old at the time, was the
Yeah, yeah,
actual
it's very
yeah
young. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, very young. The only witness to what happened on this brutal murder. She was stabbed, I don't know, 40 sometimes, sexually assaulted, etc. Potential serial rapist killer, anyway, on the loose in London, and kind of guess the mishandled of the investigation, if you will. So telling that story as the father, well, I guess yeah, he was a father. So yeah, father protecting the child. Obviously, he's a witness protecting from maybe blowback from the press, the scrutiny, and of course maybe the killer who's out there maybe trying to tie up loose ends. Chew, your thoughts on this three-part series?
This was okay. I mean, interesting story. I guess it's only 3 episodes, so it's not a hard watch, right? It's fairly quick. Goes very quick, and it's very fairly straightforward in the telling, right? The events, where the kid is now, the initial botched investigation, and finally the successful prosecution of the individual who committed not only that crime, but obviously a series of other crimes that obviously I was kind of part of the issue, right? There was
Mm-hmm.
a serial killer on the loose, and didn't really no one really put the clues together what was going on. So and it kind of shows with police, and sometimes you get fixated on one key perpetrator potentially, and you try to make the evidence fit your theory, right, versus following the clues and coming up with a new theory, right? If it is, and so and some of the blowback, that impacted him and his life, and his father's life. But like I said, told well. It's just not terribly exciting. It's fairly
Sure.
bland, right? Paint by numbers a little bit, but I mean, it's with this subject, you can't really sensationalize it too much, right? It's not a murder mystery, right? You know what happened, and kind of trying to follow the police as they try to solve it.
Yeah, it's a good show. A solid show for sure. I'm glad it's 3 episodes. I think anything more than that would have been way too much for
Oh yeah,
this.
yeah.
So I'm glad they kept it concise, straight to the point. Let's not mess around, over dramatize the situation, right? This span like what, I don't know,
About
about
10,
15,
15 years
15
between
about
the
maybe about 15 years because
yeah,
from
yeah, from
yeah,
92, and then they got 2005.
yeah,
They finally found the right
they found the right killer, right?
the right criminal for this. Yeah.
So they get to touch on the boy not only 3 years old, but now the effects on him, 15 years later,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
But
because I think it's
yeah,
18. I think is
it's
when they
18.
had the second trial. I think,
Right,
and so
exactly.
yeah, about 15 years.
Telling about his perspective, and of course the father's perspective, who's been trying to find the truth for all this time. This is really well done. I like the show; it's well written. Again, not an exciting show, but a good, solid drama with a really interesting story. A true story. So yeah, it's actually I haven't seen it yet. I might watch. I'm not sure. I probably will. It's a light week this week. There's a documentary attached to this as well.
Oh,
To
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the true story of what happened and going into the investigation, and it actually does speak to the actual father, which is interesting. So yeah, solid show for sure, solid show. We'll stick with Netflix. We got a movie. I thought it was just gonna be a series. It's a film. Mexico '86. Diego Luna playing. Oh my God, I just forgot his name. But one of the instrumental individuals who brought the World Cup to Mexico the first time. I think a country hosted it more than once, and kind of behind the scenes, the bureaucracy and all, etc., to try to get
The
that in there, the
shenanigans.
shenanigans, if you will, and of course, maintaining the ability to host it even after that tremendous earthquake about 9 months before the World Cup,
Mm.
which could have been detrimental to the country for various reasons. So yeah, so Chu, your thoughts on this film?
He was enjoyable, right? I mean, I'm a huge fan of Diego Luna, right? I've seen most of his shows and movies over the years, and his progression, obviously, culminating with Andor, which was superb
True,
as far
true.
as his role in that, and acting and that character, who we obviously, I didn't think we needed. Boy, was I wrong.
No, no, no. It's
I'll
great.
eat crow on that, man.
No,
I said it like, okay, whatever. Hey, he was in,
no, it's great.
in the
It
Star
really
Wars
was.
movie,
Yeah.
right? Rogue One. And I was like, okay, well, do we need to know more about him? I know what's going to happen to him. Like, no, no, I needed more.
Yeah, it's one of those. Like I said, I don't like prequels. Like I always keep saying that, but some of them, a lot more fail, but a couple of them do make it. This the Ender was a
Yeah,
good example, one that was
yeah.
done right. Right. You
But
compare
he's
that.
done several shows. He's
Right.
done several shows on Hulu. I think the last time we
Oh, he's done
saw
a
him.
bunch of stuff. He's been in. Yeah, he's done
And
plenty.
so he was obviously Narcos. I mean, he was great in Narcos
Yeah.
Mexico. So
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very enjoyable, right? Again, it's only an hour and a half, so it's fairly short. Maybe I preferred the movie versus a series. I thought this was a series as
Agreed.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but it tells a story, gives his everything's from his perspective, right? So
Right.
it's obviously skewed towards him and his life, and obviously he had good intentions, and then obviously, and he did successfully, through shady means, get the
He did.
World Cup. But to be fair, prior to probably the most recent, the last two World Cups, that was pretty normal modus operandi for FIFA and the individuals and various confederations, right, where they bartered, deal, bribed.
We
Uh,
know how it goes behind the
yeah,
scenes.
as
So
far as getting votes to for this, and but the funny thing is, even when they did all that, the little turning point where he had to like rearrange the votes to ensure as they went
yeah,
around the table to vote,
that was
everyone
fascinating.
heard
Yeah.
Mexico, and that kind of might
Yeah.
influence the other people who had been paid off to like, well, who's going to go against
Yeah.
Mexico here, right? You're
Yeah,
so
I'm not
so
sure. Yeah, I'm
I
not
get
sure
kind of
if
funny.
that part was true. Genius, as far as
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
concerned.
absolutely. I don't know if that's true or not,
I
but
don't know
it
either.
was.
Maybe it couldn't for the movie, but if it was true, and wow, that's
Yeah,
bravo,
I mean,
maestro,
talk
chef's
about
kiss. Yeah.
marketing 101, right?
No, no, it was
How to influence your audience.
brilliant. Really is
Um,
brilliant.
yeah,
For sure.
but
Uh,
and like I say, he was a complex individual, right? I mean, like I mean, he was not a good guy. Like I say, he was cheating on his wife, divorced right before this new one, before this got into the presidency of the Mexican football federation, right?
Association, Federation. Yeah.
And then obviously once he had success, then it got out of control, right? As far as
Yeah.
the and I completely forgot about this as far as the age fixing of individuals to get the junior cup teams better players and better performances, and then they got banned from that one World Cup.
Right.
And he was like, okay, well, obviously he took the fall, and he wasn't alone. But I mean, when you're at the head of the table,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
the guillotine comes a chopping, right?
No, for sure. Yeah, it is what it is. Play stupid games, get stupid prizes. But listen, I think Mexico had its most successful run in that World Cup.
Uh,
I believe
well,
so.
I mean, I
Maybe.
couldn't go back to most recent ones. Nothing sticks out recently as far as them making it far. I think that one, yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
that was
was.
probably the best run that they've had, and you got to give credit's due, despite how he got there. It is what it is, but it's a good story. Listen, I had Diego Luna. I enjoyed the film. It's just short enough towards like okay, I didn't get another 10, 15 minutes. I'm like okay,
Then
start
get
to start.
bored with it, or it's like, oh, where
Right,
this is going? Yeah.
it moved well. So like I said, it's a good story. And again, soccer fan, you getting ready for the World Cup. This Netflix been throwing a lot of this stuff out. And they got one more
Oh
thing
hell
coming
yeah,
out next
man.
week. Yeah, an interesting story. So I enjoyed it for sure. This last one here, go to and then Apple Plus. Cape Fear coming out, dropping a couple episodes. Great cast. Patrick Wilson, Amy Adams, Harvey Bardem playing Max Cady, of course. If you
Hey
guys
man,
remember
don't forget, don't forget, don't shortchange CCH Pounder, dude.
JJ's
Of
Pounder.
the Shield.
The Shields, his various things, and RoboCop 3, and I
Oh,
don't know how I pulled
I forgot
I,
about
I,
that, dude.
I don't know how I pulled
I
that one
see her
out,
and
but
I think the Shield all day
no,
long, dude.
I don't know how I pulled that one out, but I did. Um, Gotta give respect to RoboCop. Oh yeah, of course. Harvey Bardem playing Max Cady. Of course, those who are familiar with the last film, not the original, the last film, 1992, played by De Niro's Scorsese film. I really enjoyed it. This one, you're doing a lot different based on that movie. Max Cady was imprisoned and he got released, and he's looking to a little payback, in this case, from Amy Adams, who was his attorney at the time, and she may have done all she could to keep him out of jail. Whether he's guilty now, when I'm not 100% sure. I know in their movie he was guilty. There's different things because, like in the movie, Nick Nolte's the attorney. His
Mm,
wife is, she doesn't work. And in this case, both Patrick Wilson and Amy Adams are attorneys, and he was actually the prosecutor in
mm.
that case, coincidentally enough. So he's back for revenge. And your thoughts, Chewy, on the first two episodes here?
I think I like it. I mean, it's definitely very dark, and especially in Javier Bardem's portrayal of Max Cady. I mean, this is,
He's
you know,
great.
yeah. I mean,
Great.
it's sane, it's insane, it's he's your best friend, and he's like, is this guy completely off his kilter? The one flashback scene at the jail, like,
Oh, that was brutal. Oh yeah,
how's
that was
that?
brutal. That was brutal.
That was pretty brutal stuff,
Yeah,
man. I was like,
yeah.
holy cow! And how did someone like that still get out of jail? Please tell me.
Yeah,
I mean, self defense only goes
Uh,
so far even in the jail cell, but
that was
whatever.
that was brutal.
We'll gloss over
But
that little
yeah,
detail. But overall, I mean, like, yeah, very dark, very, suspenseful, right? They maintain that element, and especially with the first two episodes, with the son disappearing and coming back, and he's missing a toe. And like, holy cow, man, this is getting dark quick.
yeah, yeah.
And still leaving it unsure, is he really? I mean, because we get that scene, that opening scene,
Right,
right,
right.
and then we get context of what that scene is at the beginning. Obviously, we don't know if she did it at home volition, or if she was in communication with him or somebody, because she gets a phone call and she finishes the job, right? Because one to the
That
mouth, I
was
guess, wasn't
that,
enough.
that was crazy.
Um, yeah,
Um,
yeah. That even that you
yeah,
see opening scene, you're like, oh, okay, wow, this is gonna be dark. This is gonna be in your face, and I'm liking it. And obviously, I think Scorsese's executive producer, so he's still involved with this
sure, yeah.
in some fashion. So
Yeah, and it's actually just some directorial cues that are kind of taken from Scorsese.
yeah, yeah.
They took the same score from that movie.
It sounds
Um,
like it, right? I had that
no, they did.
feel. Yeah.
No, it had the same score for sure. At least the main theme was song, whatever. Listen, I'm a big fan of the movie. I was a big fan of this. I really like this a lot, man. It's just this air of just constant tension throughout the show,
Oh my
right?
God, yes. It's like that.
And
That doesn't let
and it
up.
just right, it just stays there even when something's not really happening. You got a sense that something happened. I love that Bardem is perfectly cast. He's fantastic in this role. It's just as good as I've seen him in a long time. This is Apple back to where Apple should be. Been complaining. A lot of these shows coming out have been okay. Some no,
No,
some
no. Some of them
just
have not been
fine.
okay, dude. I
No,
mean,
no, not all. I'm saying some have
mm,
been bad. Some have just been okay, right? We just got some decent shows, and Apple's used to be almost always here, right? Not hovering here. This show I think hovers here back to here. This is Apple, what we know of Apple. Really well done. Cast is great. Everyone's great on. This is for sure a home run. So far, this could fall apart. I don't think so, based on what I'm seeing.
mm.
But I'm in, man. Definitely, it's like the creepiness. I guess brutal at times. The
Oh,
elements of
and
all
we
that.
forgot one of the cops. Did you recognize him from Bosch and The
Oh,
Wire?
that's right.
Actually,
In the wire. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's right, right. Yeah, that's right.
is
Good catch. Yeah,
That's his name, Jamie.
I forgot his
Uh,
name.
oh, I can't remember his name, but you recognize him,
No,
right?
no,
He
no,
was in
no.
The
Yeah, for
Wire,
sure. Yeah, he's in the
right?
wire.
But
Yeah,
then obviously he came back as Harry's partner in Bosch,
yeah.
right? So okay,
Those the cast is stellar. It's just
yeah.
stellar, and everyone's bringing their A game here for sure. Even the kid is good. The son is he's interesting. So like in the movies, there's only the daughter. They don't have the two kids.
Okay.
They make enough changes to where it's like okay, something fresh. It's not just rehashing the exact same thing. 'Cause even what he's convicted of is completely different from the original film. At least from that film. So I really like what they're doing for sure. Home run, must watch, and Apple back to where Apple needs to be. Where that stays that way, we'll see. But yeah, man. So there's some good stuff in there for the week for sure. This next couple weeks are pretty light, so you can focus on for those who are interested in the World Cup. But that said, we'll get started. And today we got AMC Plus. We got the Vampire Lestat coming back
Lestat.
from the world of Interview with the Vampire when it had its first two seasons, which was surprisingly good for sure. Lestat was a fantastic character, and I'm glad they're focusing on him. Although this was going to continue the storyline from the other ones, it's not like a separate thing or
Yes. No,
prequel,
it's continuing
sequel.
because this is not
It's
like
continuing, right? It's not a
a
sequel,
flashback or
prequel,
something else
right?
going
Yeah,
on. It's, I mean,
yeah, just
we see the characters from the main characters at least show up in
yeah,
these in some of the promo material and
yeah,
some of the trailers. So I'm like, okay, so it's not just okay, here's a one-off offshoot somewhere,
right,
and no, it
exactly.
just
So
kind of
yeah,
picks up where his life is right now, or how it
yeah,
transpired from where he left the original show to where he is now, right?
yeah. So really looking forward to that a lot. Speaking of the World Cup theme, seeing a lot of these World Cup shows themes, on Netflix, and this is the rest is football. I guess it's kind of
There's like a
sports commentary
daily,
show,
yeah,
daily thing.
yeah, kind of,
Yeah,
obviously probably giving you, I'm not sure if highlights, but just discussion.
mm-hmm.
I don't. It's not built as a podcast, but it has that feel,
No,
right, where they're
it's
talking
just
about the
video.
day's
Yeah, yeah.
action,
Mm-hmm.
outcome match. And like I said, I'm going to be watching everything World Cup related,
Of course.
preview,
Mm-hmm.
post game stuff, and getting excited for all that. So it's all
Yeah,
good.
some good personalities here, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
On Stars, so I guess I'm out. The listeners, Stars, I can tell you. Listeners, we got Rebecca Hall starring here. I guess she, um, she has a issue, I guess, a ringing in the head, like, or she hears a humming sound and no one else can hear but her, and it's causing all kinds of issues. And I guess she meets someone who, like her, also hears that same sound. So they kind of deal with that. So it looked interesting. I just, like I said, well, we'll see what Chewie thinks about it next week.
Yeah, I mean, I
Uh,
still have like 4 weeks of Stars, so I was like, let me watch, if it's even
there
worth.
you go. See
I
what
mean,
she's
I was
watching.
about to cancel because like Outlander finished, right? I was a fan of Outlander, so I finished, and so I was like, okay, well, I got 1 more month before I cancel. So
Maybe
we'll see.
this one is really good. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
I
see
liked
this.
Amadeus, right? Because that was something
Amadeus,
that
yeah,
dropped,
yeah.
and that was quick 5 episodes. I'm not sure if you finished that, but that was really
Well,
really good, man.
no, again,
Oh no, you don't have Stars. Never mind.
yeah, but I
Okay.
did see
Oh
one episode with you, and it was really good. It was actually
yeah,
well done.
yeah.
So
No, this
I
was
enjoyed
it was
that.
a five
Yeah,
episode run that wrapped up. Right. The release schedule was a little weird. They did 1 episode for a couple of weeks, and the last week they dropped 3 episodes. I'm like, okay, whatever.
all right, fair enough.
But it was really well done. The ending was
It was.
like I said, it's it's obviously enough similarities to the movie, right? Because it's the same source materials based on the play, but the show really digs into that, right? Where the manuscript and then the ending is kind of like with Paul Bettany doing that final monologue in front of an audience, and so it's like kind of playing off, trying to make it sound like it was like it's real biographical. Obviously, we
Mhm.
know it's not in some of the events, but it's still well done and very nice. And there's been twist on the ending and the characters versus what the movie gave us for dramatic purposes. Obviously,
Yeah, like I said, it was a good one. With maybe a
I
drop
just
from
I
someone
just
else.
wish. I mean, to me, 5 was too short. To be quite honest,
Okay.
because you can't help but to compare it to the movie, right?
Right.
'Cause the movie is almost a 3 hour movie. It was fairly long, especially the
Yeah.
director's cut,
Yeah. It's about
right?
3 hours.
Yeah, and so, but you can see the differences. But I wish they would, you know, and I thought it was going to be longer because they said 10 years before his death. So there's enough stuff there, but they didn't dive in much. I want to see more as far as the dynamic between him and the father. More of that. It's kind of glossed over, not glossed over, but it's not explored enough to the depth that it could have, at least in this format. But short of that, the acting was superb.
There you go. So you could yes stars. But anyways, hopefully this show it somewhere else and make definitely will catch it. The last thing next week on Netflix is a documentary, maternal instincts. I guess interesting where a woman is pulled over and she's bleeding. There's a baby and the blood in hers, and here's the baby. So something's going on there. So it's caught my eye. So why not again? That's on the 12th on Netflix. The week after Peacock, we got I guess a new season of The Capture. I don't remember the other seasons of The Capture, to
It's
be honest
it's
with
been a while. Sorry,
you. So
I didn't think there was gonna be a third season. It was a 2 season run
I don't remember the second season, to be honest with you.
4 years ago. It's been a while. It's been a long while. So this is
Yeah,
one that came out of nowhere. It's a British BBC.
like a spy
Uh,
thriller, not a thriller, I guess, whatever it is.
no, no, not spy thriller, but just
Spy, yeah.
cop thriller, cop
Yeah.
suspense,
Okay.
procedural. Yeah, the first 2 seasons were actually pretty good on Peacock, but it was obviously it's a BBC show, really.
Right, of course. Oh, yeah,
But and
BBC.
so this was that came out of nowhere, and so I was like, okay, sure.
Fair
I
enough.
think season two had what's his name who played the original oh god, what was that movie? I can't even remember now.
Couldn't tell you.
The red guy, devil, um,
Red Guy and the Devil.
and
That's he's
had a hand that was like rock. I mean, oh, god damn it.
I'm thinking
I,
Little Nicky. No.
Peter, no, Peter. It's like one of his favorite Peter's.
Hellboy.
Thank you, Hellboy. Yes. So the guy who played Ron Perlman was in season two, I
Oh,
think.
gotcha. Okay, well, there you go. That
So
is yes, that is.
yeah.
Of course, he's also from Blade 2 anyway.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh,
Not
even better, Sons of Anarchy, man. How come you
Sands of
that up?
Anarchy, of course. Of course, it's probably his best stuff. Oasis drops on the 19th. Is a Netflix show. I guess kind of it sounded like what's the show? The White Lotus. You know, a high-end hotel, and there's someone gets killed, and everyone's a suspect. No one's allowed to leave, the guest or those who work in the hotel. Something along those lines. And then the 19th, I don't know what to make of this. Sugar season 2 is dropping. Actually, I could have seen this like a month ago in the theaters, first couple episodes, and I passed. Listen, it's a detective show. Colin Farrell's good in it, but that ending, I don't know, spoiler,
I mean,
was so
detective show
ridiculous.
that turned into sci-fi
But it
so like
was
unexpectedly.
it's out of left field. It was ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. And so I put the trailer on because I was kind of curious where the show might go. The trailer shows has nothing but just a typical detective kind of show, right? And it's like, okay, so what was the point of what they gave us in episode one if you're just gonna drop it in the next season? Again, just a trailer, but I figured the trailer that kind of reveals like, oh, let's
I mean, that was a
what,
big reveal,
we're
right? He
right,
was
yeah, what we're going with that particular
yeah.
what they reveal, and it seems like the show is not even touching on it. So I'm like, I don't know, it's confusing. I'll give it a shot because there's not many shows next week, so like, okay, fine, but man, I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. But if you're fans of Sugar, of course, season one, season two is coming out. And then next Sunday, a couple of things. The first one, of course, we talked about getting my Sunday back. HBO Sunday's back. House of Dragon dropping its third season. Looks great. A lot of dragons, so you know how I feel about that to begin with.
We're gonna get
Um,
what we missed in the season two, as
sure.
far as
Yeah.
the Battle of the Bastards type of action.
Correct.
Literally, I'm not sure if it's gonna open with that or there's gonna be a little intro, a little build up, but that first episode is gonna have 30 minutes of Battle of the Gullet and
Yeah. No,
go.
I'm looking forward. I'm very excited about this show for
Oh
sure.
hell yeah, man!
Yeah. And then we
Finally.
get the agency dropping second season on
Yes,
Paramount
season
Plus.
two with Michael
Um,
Fassbender, man.
Michael Fassbender. It's good.
Right,
Good.
gear. I mean, talk about
Yeah.
another stellar
Yeah,
cast,
really
right?
good cast. I like the first season was solid for sure. I didn't think it was great, but it was good, solid show. I think it's one of those rare non-Tyler Sheridan shows on Paramount.
Yes,
Or
that
maybe he
is
is on it. I don't know. I
that
don't think it
is
is.
correct.
It's one of the
Yes,
rare shows that does not involve him. So it's good to see Paramount can do stuff without him. So because they're gonna need to very
but they're
soon.
gonna have to.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have no choice in next year, whatever. But that comes out again. Both of them come out on next Sunday on the 21st. So listen. So again, light weeks. That could be a good thing. Time to
Well,
catch up.
light weeks, but I mean, starting Thursday, you
Oh,
got
the
two
World Cup,
games.
of
Two
course. The World Cup is
games
there. Yeah.
Friday, and then Saturday from 12 to 11 p.m. all day
All day.
football, dude.
If you got
12,
Peacock has
3,
Telemundo.
7, and even
Yeah,
like late game. Like I know Colombia
yeah.
plays like
10 o'clock.
the first two
Yeah,
games are like 9, 10 o'clock games for you. I mean
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fairly. I mean
Oh,
it's not, they're playing Central 9 o'clock, but that's
that's
fairly
late.
late for World Cup action. Usually,
It's late. Yeah.
they're daytime, but it's summer. I'm glad they're doing it nighttime.
Whatever. I'll
Um.
take that in the early in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Not even close. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I
So
don't have to
whatever.
get up at 4 a.m. to watch a
Right.
game. Yeah, I can
It is
just
what it
stay up
is.
late. Right,
Of
nine
course.
o'clock. Okay, let's go. Mount Valley.
Yeah. So no, so yeah, there's plenty to watch. So yeah, obviously Peacock has Telemundo, which should broadcasting the games.
Yeah,
Um,
Telemundo. Yeah. If you don't have
yeah,
Fox or
yeah.
FS1, which I know some people
Well,
you don't have cable.
I don't, but
Um,
Peacock has a baby
Peacock. Yeah,
Telemundo,
everything
and it's in
Telemundo, and
Spanish.
obviously Peacock. That's part of Peacock. Peacock's showing all the games, so
Yep.
you're lucked out, right? You're gonna get everything there. So
Nice.
you're set.
So I'm set. So I don't have to do anything else. So yeah. So again, it's good that these weeks are like a couple shows, a lot of shows are ending, we're catching up. So, but that said, we'll be back here next Sunday to talk about the few shows that did get released, and hopefully there's some good results in the World Cup. So yeah, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Every week there's always something to watch. That's what we're here to do. And of course, as always, have a good Sunday. Subscribe, notification, like. See you guys next week.
Peace.